There's so many things that I want to thank you for. Lord, I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy, God. I thank you for your love. Thank you for favor, oh God. God, if I had 10,000 tongues, I couldn't say enough thank yous, and I couldn't praise you enough. So in this song, I'll simply tell you I love you. And God, I thank you for everything you've done. Lord, there's so many things that you've done for me. Blessings unconditional, they seem to overtake me. Your hand of mercy proving faithful and true. Jesus, how can I express my thanks to you for your grace and kindness, oh, ancient of days. I'll give you thanks, oh Lord. And always, oh, I just want to say thank you for your love. Thank you for the blood. Thanks to you for all of the times that you brought me through. Lord, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you, Lord, for keeping me safe. Thanks to you that I can share the good news of a Savior. To give someone a reason just to tell you thanks. Oh Lord, yeah. Thank you, Lord. Lord, it's not enough to give a simple praise to the one who has blessed me in so many ways. Nothing I can say or do could really show my gratitude to you, Lord. One God, one love, one faith. To you I give you praise. Three blessed Trinity, you mean so much to me. And you showered me with love, even when I turned away. Lord, I could never repay you, so I'll just say thank you for your love. Thank you for the blood. For all of the times that you brought me through. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you, Lord, for keeping me safe. Thanks to you that I can share the good news of a Savior. To give someone a reason just to tell you for your love. Lord, I thank you for the blood. Thanks to you for all of the times that you brought me through. Lord, I thank you for your grace. Lord, for keeping me safe. Thanks to you that I can share the good news of a Savior. Give someone a reason just to tell you thanks. Thank you.
Truly, the real you loves you. Truly, the real you loves you. Truly, the real you loves you. Truly, the real you loves you. Truly.
truly, the real you loves you because the real you is
Love.
the real you is love. Oh, I love that song that we open up with every week. And just like to give a shout out to the writer, singer, producer, Efren Daniel, and for providing us with access to that song along with many other songs from that album.
It was Pastor Brenda Timberlake.
Yes,
Yes,
she's
that's
she's the executive producer. Exactly right. And we're just so
And we appreciate it. We love that music.
we love that music, and I love that song and the many other songs that are on that soundtrack.
And we love everything that those songs represent.
And we love what they represent.
Yeah.
Well, good evening and welcome to season 3, episode 14 of Truly Live with co-host Oliver and Yolanda Blue.
And now I can see.
And now she can see
with my readers.
And
I need them more and more.
Yeah. And we're just so happy to be here on this beautiful fall autumn. I like to use the word autumn now. This beautiful autumn Thursday, where we are here to share what we believe is very, very relevant, timely information, inspiration, which should lead to some degree of transformation and a whole lot of love. And it just gives us great pleasure and a thrill to be here doing this space and to create this space for the communities in which we serve in these digital streets. Yes. And good to see you.
Hi.
You look mighty fine in your red shirt and your red glasses, spectacles.
I believe.
You believe?
I believe.
Well, I believe also.
I know. We're twins.
Yes. So if you notice something on the screen, don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed.
Okay.
And I'll know when you discover it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But anyway, thank you for being here with us. We welcome all of our patrons, first of all. We welcome our family and our friends.
Is it this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Just a little a minor tweak.
Okay.
Yes. But anyway, we welcome our patrons, we welcome our families, we welcome our friends, and anyone who may be watching this live, or if you're even watching the replay, we welcome you to this 1-hour segment where Yolanda and we just come out here and we just believe in giving, right?
Yes.
And building value and goodwill in the communities that we show up in.
Yes.
And so every Tuesday, every second and fourth Thursday of the month, we are live on our multiple platforms, and which include our two Facebook channels as well as our 2 YouTube channels. And so wherever you may be listening in and watching this episode, this is an interactive talk program where we invite you to chime in through the chats or the comment field, depending on which platform you're on. If you have questions as we go through tonight's episode, put them in the chat, put them in the comment field, and we'll be sure to get to them, because Miss Yolanda is over here monitoring that part, and she don't miss very much.
I try not to miss anything.
You don't miss very much.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the attributes, good attributes that you have, that you are so attentive.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Even when I don't see.
Okay. All right. So we haven't seen each other today.
We haven't seen each other today.
When I got up, you were gone.
When you got up, I was gone.
When you came back, I was gone.
You was gone. That's right.
Went to see my dad.
Yes.
he had his weekly nursing visit today. So
Yes.
um,
In fact, we haven't even embraced today.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
I'm supposed to be doing that every morning. I'm supposed to get a kiss,
Well,
period.
I don't normally. That's not my normal schedule. I don't normally leave at 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, so we normally greet each other first thing, right?
Yes.
But times are changing, things are changing, and we're just flowing with it, right?
We certainly know how to pivot.
We're going with it.
You know, tonight I'm going to do a special shout out.
Okay.
Tonight, my special shout out is to our grandson, John Brooks,
All right.
who I got to speak to early this morning.
All right.
And I certainly hope you had a fantastical, phenomenal, successful, happy day.
Yes. Yes.
That's what we talked about this morning.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, since you're doing,
Before he was going to school.
yeah. Well, since you're doing special shout outs, I like to do a special shout out also, and I
Mhm.
like to do a special shout out to our granddaughter, Vanessa Joe. And I just know from the pictures that we got today that she had a phenomenal, exciting, fantastical, adventurous,
Happy day.
happy day.
I spoke to her this morning too.
All right. Did she speak back?
She grinned.
Okay.
So
all right.
yes, she did.
Well, you can tell we're very proud grandparents, and when we get
And I spoke to both our sons this morning as well.
Yeah.
So I'm
Absolutely.
just look. I'm a happy
Yeah.
camper. Oh, and I spoke to you.
and you spoke
So
to me.
yeah, I did. So I'm a happy camper. I got to I got to interact with the people that I love most.
Yeah. Well,
dearly.
I texted the daughter. She texted
Oh,
me.
outstanding!
Yes, yes.
Outstanding.
Just didn't miss her.
Oh,
Yeah. So
outstanding.
I was right next door to her workplace.
Okay.
But she had just left. But
Wow.
anyway.
Wow.
So we give a shout out to our children, our grandchildren, who we love dearly.
To our mom.
To my mom, your mom,
That's right.
Right.
Don't
Who
try
I
to
know-
take don't try to take
don't
it to
take all of-
yourself. That's right. Come
who I
on.
know is watching tonight. Mama Blue, I know you're watching. Hello, mother.
We love
We
you dearly.
While we're doing all these special shout outs,
We're gonna say hi to my dad,
say
who
hi
we
to your dad.
who we know he's not watching.
Who we know he ain't watching, but he blessed us, right?
Well, you know, he didn't talk to me at all when I first got there. And then when I got ready to go, he just had so much conversation.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well, that's a good day when he's got conversation.
mhm.
Yeah.
I was
And,
there. I was there late. I was there last night too. But
Yeah.
um,
Also like to thank all of our friends and all of the community, all our partners who reached out to our family and showed condolences as we recently lost one of our dear family members, my baby sister, who I love dearly, and who the world loved dearly, and
yes, we did.
and so we thank you for
Your expressions
expression
of
of love
love and
and
concern.
concern.
We
Yes,
appreciate the prayers and the thoughts.
yes, absolutely,
They were felt
absolutely,
and greatly appreciated.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Is there anyone else?
Well, we give a special shout out to all of you
Yes,
because if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here.
That's right.
So
we're
special shout out to you
we're
guys.
only here, right, to share, right, and because there's someone to share with, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Also, like to acknowledge.
Okay, so I have to shout out my sisters because I got to hang out with them. Oh, and I'm gonna do my aunt, Aunt May. Went to
Yes.
visit with
Yes,
her.
and I got to
She's
talk with
yes,
her.
you did. She's 94. I let you FaceTime. She is 94 years young.
94.
And it was so good to see her. Love her dearly. And then I hung out with my sisters, which I don't get to do very much now because generally there's the caring for our dad. And so if they are together, then, someone needs to be there with my dad. So I usually cover that. But got to hang out with him, and so there was lots of giggles and laughs. That side splitting
I know
laughs.
y'all can get really silly when y'all get together.
Well, it's not silly. It's just fun. It's just fun. We have fun. We have a good time. People were like, "Hey, we want what they're eating."
Yes,
It's because we were at a seafood place.
yes,
So
yes, right, yes. Also, shout out to all those that are celebrating some special accomplishment, achievement this month, the month of September.
birthdays,
Whether it be a birthday or
anniversary, retirement,
yes,
promotion,
a new union,
establishment of a new business.
yes, whatever the milestone,
Yes.
we give you a shout
Yes.
from here from Truly Live.
And we're especially going to shout out our youngest,
Yes, who
Justin,
celebrated
who celebrated a birthday.
Justin celebrated his birthday on
We don't have to get into all the details.
on one day this month.
Yeah,
right?
one day this month, and bless your heart, you do know how old you are.
Yes, he does know, right?
He does know.
That was really funny.
Ooh, he takes after his mama.
Yes. Well, if you're watching us for the first time and wondering who we are, as the screen says there, we are Oliver and Yolanda Blue, and we are 34 years of business and marriage partnership, right? And we are the co-founders of Truly OB, which is a personal development business where we specialize in helping people just like you to get unstuck and create clarity of vision for your personal and professional life. So we are in the personal development space.
And we help people to give voice to their deepest dreams and desires,
aspirations, goals. Yes. So, and we've been maintaining this space, which is a communication arm of our business, where we come and share some of the universal principles, because we're a principle-centered business where we share universal principles that can help you to get to the outcomes and the results and that best expression of yourself. We call it that best life, because these principles work for everyone. They're universal. They are not a respect of person. They work. And basically, we discovered these principles and implemented them in our life. And so we not only talk from a training and an educational point of view, but we talk and come from a point of view of our own personal experience. And so
experiential, that's a scientific form.
And we're really passionate, about helping people. We see the struggle, right? And we know about the struggle ourselves. We haven't always been in the position that we're in. And but we see the struggle, and we just have a passion because we know that most of it comes from a lack of knowing, a lack of knowledge, right? A lack of information, and then a lot of time it's just a lack of implementation. Yes. But we want to fill the void where there is a lack of awareness, a lack of knowledge and information. That's why we share these universal principles. Yes. In this space.
And Virginia, who is one of our Canadian patrons.
Yes.
Hello. We agree with you. It is a beautiful evening.
Very beautiful.
So while we're sending out shout outs and all of that, we also want to make certain that we let you know that we are holding the energy feel of peace and calm, and for provision for whatever it is you need for those people who are struggling. There was an earthquake out in California today.
Oh yeah, it was on. I was listening to a live show. I was listening to a live talk show today, and the earthquake happened, and one of the four hosts, he's from Texas, so he's never experienced an earthquake,
Ooh.
and he kind of panicked a little. It didn't fit. And the
Well-
other three guys were from California, I think, and they like just
So,
you
so
know,
if
let's
I'm
just-
not mistaken, this has happened to them on air before.
Yeah.
So, to some of them on
Yeah.
air before.
yeah, absolutely.
But still, it is something that you don't want to take lightly.
No,
So, so we're undergirding you guys with
Yes.
the energy of making certain that you have everything that you need,
absolutely,
and we are sending prayers your way as well.
absolutely.
And that's also for the folks that are experiencing the hurricane. So there's a lot of things that are going on.
That's
Just
a-
down in Louisiana.
Yes,
And
yes.
we were there in March, so
Yes.
for your birthday.
Yes.
So just know that we are praying for you guys.
Yes. You know, sometimes in life, our outer conditions, our outer circumstances are stable, peaceful. And then there's seasons and times in life when things seem to be unstable, uncertain.
But what we know
Yes.
is when we look at the totality of everything, there is good
In everything.
in everything that happens. So
Absolutely.
there is some good in whatever. And sometimes that good is that you walk away, that you are able to look at what has happened and understand that there may be
A lesson.
a lesson to learn.
Yes.
And while there may be the destruction of property, who you are remains
Remains the same. That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's in those challenging times when I know I look back on it, and sometimes though it is through those challenging times that we forge new relationships, we forge new ideas, new solutions, right?
New understanding,
And new understanding about life.
new
Right.
acceptances
Yes.
of who we really are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's a matter of preparation.
Yes.
And that's why we bring this platform to help better prepare all of us for our life journey, right? To be more informed and have the skill sets that are required in order to navigate our unique path, because all of our lives are so unique. All of our paths are so unique. However, the principles remain the same.
Yes.
And if we apply the principles
we work with.
and work with the principles,
Yes.
when we work with the law,
Yes.
the vibration of love, which we call the law, we call it the vibration of love. When we work with love, then we can have confidence.
Yes.
And we can have certainty, right?
And we have peace.
And we have peace.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Man, we're already getting into some stuff here.
Well, it's been a while since we've been on, since we've been handling,
I know it.
You know,
It's
taking
been
care
a
of
while.
things. So it's been a little while.
It's been a while.
And yeah, and in the meantime, our lives just keep on.
Right. Life keeps on lifing.
So our last thing that I want to say is you made a post. You know, we had a couple of people that passed. Frankie Beverly. Listen, we
Oh, yes.
used to go to anytime he was almost anywhere in North Carolina and the southern part of Virginia, we were there.
Yes. Absolutely.
So
So we like to just take a pause and a moment to give a tribute to Frankie Beverly, who is, I think, one of the greatest artists of all time. He's my favorite artist, along with a whole lot of people. And he made his transition earlier this week, and there have been so many posts about his life, his music, his message. Because the thing about Frankie Beverly was that his message, he had a timeless message. And just like a lot of the artists that came out of the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, their messaging, their words were such uplifting, right? And
uniting,
yes,
empowering.
Yes. And I posted earlier this week that my favorite song from all of the Frankie Beverly and Mays uh, projects, my favorite song was the one song called "We Are One," because I
yes.
mean it is basically the message that Yolanda and I share,
Mhm.
and that is about our oneness with each other, regardless of what may have transpired in our life. It does not change the fact that we are one people of one blood, of one spirit, and nothing in this life, no life experience can change that. We
Yes.
remain united as one people.
That's right.
Now, we don't always act that way, and we can find so many examples where it doesn't appear that that's the truth.
But we can.
However,
Yes.
it still remains that we are one.
Yes.
And so, thank you for reminding me of that.
He used to say,
And we like to acknowledge the other one of your favorite actors,
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
made his transition this week. Boy, this episode must be about just shout outs and honoring.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It's gratitude.
It's
And we
gratitude.
stay,
Yes.
we live
we live in gratitude.
in the vibration of gratitude. So,
Yes.
um,
Yes. And when we talk about gratitude, which we're moving on into this segment,
yes.
where we do a segment on gratitude, because gratitude is so important. But what we say about gratitude, that it serves as a reminder that we have a divine source, that all of us have a divine source, that there is one source that is breathing all of us. That is one source that's causing all of our heart to beat. That is one source that is really holding all things together that consist. And without that source, none of us would know who we are.
That's right.
And so when we are getting gratitude, that's what we're doing. We're reminding ourselves that we have that one divine source.
Yes.
Gratitude also brings us into the present moment. Because you notice, as we were talking and sharing our and honoring those that are due honor, it brought us to this present moment. They put us in the present, and that's what gratitude does.
Yes.
And so it brings us to the present moment. And then finally, gratitude creates an attitude, right? It creates an attitude of thankfulness and a vibration of abundance when we are grateful. When we pause and get into a vibration of gratitude, it does all these things for us, So
And so many more.
and so many more.
Yeah.
So this is a tool, and one of the principles that we share here, that the use of gratitude is a way for us to come back to center, right? It's a way to ground us and to remind us of who we are. And so we're so happy and grateful to be here tonight. We don't take this for granted.
And it's very hard to be grateful and ticked off at the same time.
It's impossible, really. We can't. You can't hold two vibrations at the same time.
So
you can't.
We
you
know
can't
that
hold two thoughts at the same time.
We know there's a scripture that talks about that fountain does not give out bitter and sweet.
Nope.
Water at the same time.
No. Right. So we're always like the young people say, they're always referring to someone's vibe, right? And that's what they're talking about. And so we're always in some vibe, right? And the goal is to be in the vibration of love. To be in the vibration of love, because love is really all that there is. When we're not in the vibration of love, we know it, we feel it, we sense it, and we're not our best, right? Of course, the miracle said there's only really two vibrations: love or fear. So we're either in love or we're either in fear. We can't be in love and fear at the same time. So anyway, we gratitude you. We gratitude you. All right. let's move to our next segment. We love to right before we get into our sharing of our message for tonight, we always like to reach out into the universe and grab some inspirational quote or idea to kind of kickstart what we're going to talk about tonight. And so tonight's quote, and I'll let you do that. Why don't you do that? I've been talking a lot here. The people want to hear from you.
Okay. So
they hear from me all the time.
All the time. Tonight's quote, beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. That's from the Bible in 3 John, verse 2.
Yeah. 3 John, verse 2. Beloved. When you see that word beloved, it is all inclusive. It does not exclude anyone. It does not exclude anyone. It's not a word of specialness, but it's a word of inclusivity, all encompassing, right? And so it says here, beloved, I wish or I pray or I desire above all things that you may prosper. Notice now, that you may prosper and be in health. So prosperity and health are the two most important things that that source, our Creator, desires for all of us.
Yes.
This is not for special people or special groups, but this is for all of us. It's for the beloved. It's for all of humanity, that we prosper and be in health. And just think about it.
Because the reality is we're all beloved.
We're all beloved.
We all are the beloved.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so prospering and being in health, and that word prosperity doesn't just have to do with finances or wealth, but it has to do with whatever you need, having access to whatever you require when you require it.
Yes.
If you can get what you require, when you can get access to what is you require when you require it,
mm-hmm.
that's prosperity, right? That's prosperity. And because just think about it. If you need protection in a given moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you're in a situation, a dire situation, and you need protection in that situation. Well, at that moment, money won't do it. All the other things that, we feel are important, that's not what we need in that moment. What we need in that moment is what?
Protection.
We need protection.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what prosperity is. It is having access to whatever you need or whatever you require when you require it.
Yes.
And so it says here, prosper and be in health. That word health goes beyond physical health, but it's talking about our well-being. It's talking about our
it's the well-being of us in our totality.
In totality, psychologically, emotionally, right?
Mm-hmm. Spiritually,
physically.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and then it goes on to say, just think, if we would go right now to a restaurant and poll the people that are sitting in there eating and ask them, what is it above all things that you desire? I would think that prosperity and health would be probably the two of the three top things that you would get responses from the majority of the people in there.
What would the third be?
Peace.
Okay.
Yeah, peace.
I agree.
And so it's what we all desire.
Yes.
We all desire, and we all deserve.
Yes.
Right? We all deserve, and we all have a right to prosper or to have access to what we're required when we require it. And we all have a right to have good health. But then it gives the qualifier here on this last part of this verse. It says, even as your soul prospers. So what this is saying is that true prosperity and true health has to do with the prosperity of our soul. That has to do with our mental,
Our thinking,
emotional,
yes,
our spiritual well-being.
Yes.
In other words, it says to the degree that we enter into greater understanding, greater awareness of life, of who we are, our identity, and the value of all humanity. When we prosper in that area, it says that is the trigger that gives us access to what we'll require when we require it. Because what we do for another, we're doing for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it says that that produces health or a healthy life when our soul is prospering. And soul prosperity has to do with growth. Are we growing? That's why it's so important. And we talk about it here on this platform all the time. That we, as a species, because we have a nature, a part of our true nature is growth and development. And so as we grow and develop, it's natural. When we're not growing, it feels like we are going in reverse. And that's why soul prosperity has to do with growth, personal development. We know it's so vital. Growing and knowing who we are is so vital. And that's why we have so much passion about this area. So there you have it. Great quote.
Okay.
All right. So let's get right on into.
I agree.
So we're gonna, and this is a good segue into what we're going to do tonight. And actually, we're picking up from where we started. We started a segment almost a month ago, and that was in episode 12, where we talked about developing mental strength for challenging times. And so we're kind of doing a part 2 to that. We want to finish up because we did not get to expound on the 3 simple principles or the 3 steps that we were sharing that can help all of us to develop mental strength. And boy, you if you're living in 2024 with all of the things that are happening around us, mental strength is definitely a requirement for all of us, right?
Yes.
And so how do you grow mentally? How do you develop our mental capacity so that we can be strong in these times that we're living in the challenges that we're facing? Not only the challenge that we face personally within our families, within our personal life, but also in our professional lives, right?
Yes.
If you are a career person, if you are a business person, if you're a business owner, there needs to be mental strength.
So we're not going to we're going to just talk about 3 areas. We're not going to do an exhaustive study,
No.
but we're going to talk about 3 components. You can call them steps or pillars or
Yes.
and the 3 steps that we're going to talk about for developing mental strength is going to be forgiveness, building a support network, and developing resilience through healthy habits.
Yes.
So that deals with preparation.
Yes, absolutely. So when we talk about forgiveness, what we're simply saying is practicing having compassion on yourself. Having positive self-talk with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what forgiveness is. It has to do with letting go of grievances that we hold against ourselves and against others. Because we know in the 34 years that we've been together that forgiveness has been almost like a major theme in our life, because we have discovered that it is one of the biggest blocks It is one of the biggest blocks that keep us, from being mentally strong. It's one of the biggest blocks from keeping us from living a happy and fulfilled life. And so when we talk about forgiveness, we're talking about letting yourself go, first of all, and also letting others go.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it is a practice.
It is.
Right. In other words, treating yourself with kindness and understanding as we do others. Sometimes, we treat others better than we treat others better than we treat ourselves.
And the good part of the time, what happens is we treat others the same way we treat ourselves.
Yes.
And so because we're not kind and forgiving and gentle with ourselves,
We're not what?
We're not that way with other people. So, there's a lot of projecting what we're going through and projecting that onto other people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so another part of forgiveness is replacing negative self-image that we hold about ourselves replacing that with constructive thoughts and positive affirmations. One of the things that held me back for many years was an image that I had about myself that was not true. Number one, it wasn't the truth about me, but it was just the influence I got from conditioning, the influence I got, from being in unhealthy environments and having unhealthy influences. And it caused me to identify those negative things as my identity. And so for many years, I carried a very, very poor image of myself. And the thing about the principle of life is how you see yourself will be the way that you see others.
Yes.
And so it's important for us to build a healthy self-image.
Yeah. And that leads itself to how we see ourselves is how we interact with other people.
Yes.
So for someone who is always offended, that's because they are offended by things that they're doing themselves.
Yes.
And so they're always because in reality we're responsible to not only not offend people, but we're also responsible to not take offense.
To not take offense. Yes.
So the onus is on us anyway. Either way, we're responsible for that.
Yes. And so, in two ways that you can, first of all, forgiving yourself. That's just letting it go. And so to rebuild or to build a healthy self-image, two ways you can do that is through constructive thoughts as well as positive affirmation, or using positive affirmations to create constructive thoughts about ourselves, and thoughts that are real, thoughts that are inspiring, thoughts that speaks to the very core of our nature, which is love. And so
thoughts that are expanding,
yes,
not
contracting
or constricting.
Absolutely. And so it's a huge responsibility, especially that's a huge responsibility for those that are responsible for nurturing others, because we not knowingly we speak things towards others that cause them to develop this negative self-image about themselves.
That's right.
Because words do have power. So whether we're in a parental position or a position of being a teacher or a mentor or a instructor or a coach, when we hold those kinds of positions, or the boss, yes, right? When we hold those kinds,
a parent, a husband, a wife,
yes, our spiritual leaders,
our
government leaders,
anyone who has charge, right, or is in the place of
influencing others.
Influencing others.
Yes, we have to be very careful with the words that we use to project or to speak to others. We should, because those words can become the image that the person holds about themselves.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And we're actually given stewardship over these different areas in order to build people up.
That's right.
And express and to bring out that word education, right, is to bring out the best in a person, right? And then finally, in forgiveness, we want to guard against mind wandering into the past and stay present. One of the biggest blocks to staying present is always allowing our mind to wander into past events, things that have happened that they don't even exist anymore. But we, want to build.
We keep wanting to give energy.
We keep wanting to give energy to it. We want to give our thoughts and our mind to it. And it causes us to be, that's one of those things, again, you cannot be in the past and the present at the same time.
That's right.
You can't be in the future and the present at the same time. And so when we understand these principles, because these are principles that we're sharing, then we take these principles and create practice, right? We practice forgiving ourselves and others. And believe me, if you're living, pinch yourself. If there's feelings, if there's emotions in your body, there are forgiving lessons for all of us. And all of us going to have daily opportunities to forgive ourselves and to forgive others.
Yes.
When we do that, that builds mental strength. Secondly.
Okay, so the next area is building a support network, and that can start with by establishing core values that align with our divine self.
Yes.
So making certain that we are not in conflict with those things that are vitally important to us. First of all, we need to know what that is.
We need to know what that is.
We need to know what our core values are. Those are the things that we don't that we're not going to compromise on. We're not going to bargain. We're not going to defeat ourselves on. And so then what we do when we do that, when we know what our core values are, it helps our yeses to be strong yeses and our nos to be powerful nos, because we know what we want to stay in agreement and in harmony and alignment with that. We want to surround ourselves with supportive and positive individuals who offer encouragement. Hey, we've all had the experience of when we're with a Debbie Down. Well, I hate to do that because Debbie's a good name. Yeah. But when we're with a person that is a downer, we're all, having great energy. And, there are those people who there's always something. So that's, you want to surround yourself with people that are going to be supportive and positive and who offer encouragement, to us. Sometimes we have to just encourage ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But who we choose to hang around with, in the environment, in the company we choose to keep, it will influence us.
Yes.
Either positive or negative. Yeah. And the good news is we get to choose.
Yes.
In some cases. Yeah. In most cases.
Yeah. We want to connect regularly with family, friends, mentors, coaches, those people who can see us, those people who see us for who we really are.
Right. And these are our primary relationships.
Yes.
Right. That helps us to build this support network, right? Because we're designed as human beings, we're designed to unite, not to divide. We're designed by our nature to be united. When we are united, we are creative.
Yes.
When we're united, we are loving. When we're united, we are powerful.
Yes.
But when we divide ourselves, we are going against our very nature, which is to unite. Yeah. And so connecting regularly with your family, your friends, your mentors, and your coaches, these are the pillars and foundational relationships that we should have in our life.
Yeah.
This is the network that all of us should have in our life.
Yeah. We want to avoid isolation.
Avoid what?
Isolation. So no man is an island.
Yeah. Oh, because again, we are designed, there's strength in two or more, right? We're designed for fellowship.
Now, we're not talking about the having peace and calmness in your all one men, your at one ment. But we're talking about when we choose to isolate or hide or constantly keep ourselves away from.
We're withholding the very thing that we desire, right? Which is this sense of love, this sense of oneness, this sense of certainty,
and this sense of fellowship.
And this sense of fellowship.
Yeah.
We are built and designed to commune, to have community, or to commune one with another.
That's right.
Right? And so when we isolate, and some of us, sometimes we get frustrated with ourselves, we get frustrated with our results, that we begin to isolate ourselves from the very things, from the very structures that are designed to strengthen us.
Yes.
And that is family, right?
Yeah.
And, the Course in Miracles says that isolation will eventually lead to sickness, right? So it is not good. Even Scripture said it is not good for man what?
To be alone.
Alone, all one. Because we're built for what? We're built for communion. We're built for fellowship, right? And so building a strong network, you want to avoid isolation.
Yes. And we want to share challenges and successes with trusted individuals.
Absolutely.
It is just a fact that all of our information is just not for everyone.
No.
Because there are those who are not capable of handling, let's just say, people understanding energy is really important. And so because energy is going to be attracted to the same kind of energy, we want to make certain that we're keeping positive people around us. So there is some tremendous power in sharing challenges and successes with trusted individuals. And there's a tremendous amount of power in staying engaged in a community of faith.
Yes. And that may look different from individual to individual, but the principle is we are built to be in community.
Yes.
And that might look totally different between individuals. And when we say in community, not just community, but a community of faith, a community that believes in the power of unity, a community that believes in the power of forgiveness, right? And a community that believes in the power of supporting one another.
Yes, yes. So building a support network, we're going to establish the core values and then stay in alignment with that and connecting with our divine self. We want to surround ourselves with supportive and positive individuals who encourage. Want to stay connected regularly with family, friends, mentors, coaches. Avoid isolation and share challenges and successes with trusted individuals, and then stay engaged in a community of faith.
Yes. So that's the second step. That's the second step of this 3-step blueprint that Yolanda and I are sharing with you tonight on how to build and develop mental strength.
Yes.
Right. And so the third step, or the third practice, or the third idea has to do with developing resilience. Developing resilience. Resilience has to be developed. And one sure way to develop resilience, in other words, being able to withstand the challenges, the pressures,
being able to handle
the
it.
journey.
That's right.
Right.
That's
the
right.
responsibility, being able to stand in there and being able to handle it has to do, one of the sure ways to do that, to develop resilience, is through healthy habits.
Yes.
It's through healthy habits. Because we said healthy habits, because all of us have habits, and all habits are not healthy.
Yes.
All habits do not serve us.
Yes.
They don't serve our best interests, and we know what they are. And so developing healthy habits is a sure way of developing resilience which will result in strengthening your mental capacity to be able to stand in this 2024 year, regardless of what is may be happening in the world, what may be happening around you. You can stand firm with a certainty and an assurance, right, that you are supported and that you are protected, right, and that you have access to the things that you require.
Yeah.
Building and developing resilience. So so we foster resilience by maintaining physical health, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in inspired activities. These are ways that we develop resilience, physical health, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in inspired activities. We also maintain physical health by establishing regular exercise routine to reduce stress and to improve our mood or our vibration.
Yes.
Establishing regular exercise routine. Exercise, yes. There's a benefit to that. Even though that exercise may be physical in nature, but it affects our mental capacity.
Yes.
It affects our mental capacity. It
Yeah.
releases certain energies and certain I don't want to get into the technical part of it, but when we
Chemicals,
exercise, it creates an energy,
yeah, and it releases certain chemicals.
Right,
Yes.
that put us in a very place of strength.
Yes.
Right, and we're strong to meet the demands of our life.
Yeah. We can practice mindfulness through meditation and reading inspired writings.
Through what?
Mindfulness, meditation, and reading inspired writings.
I'm telling you, when I first graduated from college, I don't know, I would think like the first maybe 5 years, 6 years after college, I didn't pick up books to read.
Oh my goodness.
And
I was so excited to be able to read just for the sheer joy of reading and not having to read for academics.
Yeah.
So I read like crazy after college.
Yeah. And so I was missing this part, of practicing reading to continue to grow and expand my awareness, right? Not knowing that when we don't engage with growth through reading inspired writings, listening to inspired messages, then we're not building resilience. No, we're actually becoming weaker, right, in our stature. And so, ever since I realized this, I've become a very, it's been over 30 years now. I love reading. I love inspired writing. I love engaging in the inner work and meditation and connecting with myself and connecting with my nature.
And expanding your thoughts.
Yes.
Expanding your awareness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because we can't outperform what we don't know. We cannot outperform our awareness. So we have to constantly be growing and expanding. So I'm an advocate for reading. I'm an advocate for spending time with yourself. I think it's the best thing that we can do. And then we can practice a healthy diet. Yes, a healthy diet.
And then I'm going to say the next part because I don't do well with this. And getting adequate sleep to support overall health.
Oh my God. These are two and very important areas that impact our mental status and our mental capacity.
And our disposition.
Because,
I know when I am tired, it is not good it's not safe for people But that is my responsibility.
Yes.
That is something that I had to
Yes.
recognize, that I can't take that out on
Yes.
everyone else. So
Yes.
it is my responsibility. My our youngest son is always on me about not getting
adequate sleep.
getting
Yeah.
and what happens is I'll end up doing so much until then my body just won't let me do anything else. I have to sleep.
Yeah.
But when that happens, it's not, I'm still in the deficit.
Yes.
So I'm chronically sleep deprived, which is not healthy.
Yes.
And then the last part
there's a scriptural saying that we suffer needlessly
yes,
because we lack knowledge.
yes,
Right. We suffer needlessly. And all you have to do is look out into our world and see where our need for these kind of practices, because there's so much suffering in the world where physical health is concerned. And a lot of it is related to not having healthy practices, where our diet is concerned and where our sleep habits are concerned.
Yeah, we do good with our diet. We do good
Yes.
eating healthy,
Yes.
eating clean.
I do good with my sleep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This one gets him a nap every night before bed.
I'm gonna get it in.
He does.
Yes.
He most certainly does.
Yes.
He gets that in. But and then for me, sometimes when he sleeps, that's when I can get so much more done.
Yes.
So, but at any rate,
and then finally, to help develop resilience through healthy practice, we want to set realistic goals for ourselves. Set realistic goals, and then break those goals into manageable steps. Because a lot of times we put so much pressure on ourselves to accomplish things, and we, and when we don't accomplish things in the time that we want to accomplish them, then
we're not gentle.
We're not gentle
with ourselves,
right? And so emotionally, it affects us, and we're not always at our strongest. We're not always at our best.
Yes.
So there you have it. There you have it tonight. The 3 steps.
So let's go over the steps for developing resilience, and that is when we're talking about doing this through healthy habits.
Yes.
We're going to maintain physical health, practice mindfulness, and engage in inspired activities.
Yeah, we want to establish regular exercise routine to reduce stress and improve our mood.
We can practice mindfulness through meditation and reading inspired writings.
Having a healthy diet and getting adequate sleep to support our overall health is so critical to our well-being.
Yes. And then we can set realistic goals and then make them more manageable by breaking them down into manageable steps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you have it. These are 3 simple steps, 3 simple principles that we can practice in order to meet the challenge, that we be mentally strong to meet today's challenge in this world that we live in.
We can develop mental strength just like we develop physical strength
or physical muscles, and
Yes.
it has to be that we have to put the work in.
Yes.
So it takes work. It takes work, and we teach here at Truly Live that you can live your life by intention.
Yes.
You don't have to live life by default, but you can live life by design.
So we do that. So that means we don't have to wander or live in a state of struggle,
right, or a state of suffering, because there's a decision to be made.
Yes.
And so first of all, we have to make the decision that we want different outcomes and different results in our life.
Yes.
And so in so doing, we create a different vision for our life.
Yes.
And as we develop this vision, then we put these principles into practice: forgiveness, building a support system, and developing resilience through healthy habits, right? And begin to now we got a blueprint.
Yes.
We just follow the blueprint. When we do this, we are now living our life by design, intentional, and not by default.
That's right. So I see that there's some activity going on over there. You didn't put where I could see,
Oh,
but it looks like there's some folks that um, Karen Hall, and Robert Rawls and Elaine Waddell. Thank you guys for joining us and being on with us, and we hope that you have gathered some information that you can put into practice so that you are living your best life, that
Yes.
you're living intentional.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for joining us. We are so excited that you're here. Well, first of all, we're excited that we're here to be able to be with you guys because it's been a lot that's been going on.
Yes, a lot.
One of those times that I was gone, I was on vacation. I went up to Martha's Vineyard and hung out with the with a lot of members of my sorority, and then the other Greek organizations were there as well. But it was we had a beach party on Martha's Vineyard at Inkwell Beach. The event is called Pinkwell, and I went up with a couple of my line sisters. Had a blast. Needed the downtime. Had scheduled and planned it, and everything worked out. I mean,
It was great that you got away because
It was.
You've been really pouring out,
Yeah.
right? You've been pouring out this year, being the primary caretaker for your dad, and I was so glad that you got to get away from your normal schedule, your which is very demanding,
Yeah.
and to see you go because you actually slept. You got more sleep when you was away, right?
I did.
Yes.
I did. But even though I am the designated primary caregiver, I mean, it takes all of us
Yes.
with just the state that he's in now. So it takes all of us to make certain that he is at his most comfortable state of being. So and that my oldest sister Terry and her daughter, my niece Linnea.
Thank God.
Yeah, he listen, Linnea has that granddaughter juice, and I mean, she can get him to do stuff that he'll look at me and he's like, I mean, he just shakes his head, not gonna do it. And Linnea can come in and say the very same thing, and he's like, yeah.
See, see, that's that support we're talking about.
That's that support.
It takes a family.
That's
It
right,
takes
that's
a
right.
village.
And we're so grateful that he's here with
Still
us.
with us,
So so yes, it is quite demanding, but we're grateful to have
Yes.
him with us.
Yes.
So
So, whatever you think that is so overwhelming in your life right now, we want you to reevaluate it in light of what we shared tonight.
I want you to reframe it.
And first of all, reframe it. That's right.
Yes.
And evaluate it from the point of view of these three universal principles that can help restore, renew, and build your mental strength so that you can meet whatever you face in any given moment. It's possible.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
designed to do it. I mean, you're built for this. We're built for this life.
That's right.
All
So
right.
listen, we bless all of you who've joined with us, and we bless those that you hold near and dear in your heart.
So, may you be truly happy.
May you live in peace.
May you live in love.
May you know the power of forgiveness.
And may you live in the recognition that your life has deep meaning and good purpose.
That's the Dalai Lama's loving kindness meditation that we say is a prayer. And then Oliver and I add to that, may you live in the awareness of who you truly are. We extend this blessing to every being on the planet.
And so it is. And so it is. And so it shall be. And until the next time here at Truly Live, Yolanda and I just absolutely love having this space in these communities and in these streets in which we share. And we thank you for listening in. And so until next time, I'm Oliver.
I'm Yolanda.
And together we are the OK Blues.
I know the love is enough. God's love is